Lord's 48th annual Passover.
Sunday, April 9th at sundown.
$100 per person or $100 per family. Dragon Community Center, Co-op City, the Boogie Down Bronx, New York.
177 Drives of Loop, Bronx, New York. 10475.
$100 per person or per family. Send your funds in today. No excuses.
Down from $150 thanks to Commander Johnny Ahana. He paying your way, pay for somebody else's. Send in your funds today. No excuses.
Second Ezra.
We're going to end at 57. Go ahead.
Second
This breakdown will be a culmination of everything we learned tonight, all right? Go ahead.
Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 36. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites and Moses.
Read that again.
Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites.
Ezra saying, man, Abraham prayed for the Sodomites. That was Mashak's question earlier. Abraham prayed for the Sodomites, man. And you're going to understand why he prayed for the Sodomites. This is why. Abraham did not want Sodom and Gomorrah to get destroyed. You got some fools out there that pray for Jake and the world to die. You don't understand what this job is about then. If you're praying for the 2/3 to die, if you're praying for Jake and the world to die, then you don't get this business that we're in. Abraham prayed for the Sodomites. Keep going.
And Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness.
Abraham prayed for our forefathers that sinned against the Most High. Abraham did not want them to die for them. Keep going.
Verse 37. And Yahushua after him for Israel in the time of Achan.
That's not the Yahushua, that's our Christ. That's a different Yahushua with Joshua, correct. That prayed for them during the time of our struggle with the Midians. Keep going.
And Samuel and David for the destruction, and Solomon for them that should come to the sanctuary.
Samuel, David, think about all of these scriptures where great men didn't pray for men to die, but they prayed for men to live. They prayed for men to be forgiven their sins. They prayed that these men who were worthy of death, they prayed that the Most High would not give them that death. Keep going.
Verse 39. And Helios for those that receive rain, and for the dead that he might live.
Keep going.
Verse 40. And Zacchaeus for the people in the time of Shinarad.
All these are accounts when men of God, brother, went to the Lord and said, please don't kill them. Please have mercy on them. Please give them another chance. What do you think this business is, man?
Right.
Why do you think you go out in that street corner every week, every Saturday in Baltimore, every Friday in DC, to save lives?
That's right.
That's why you're there. And that's why you're so vital and why you can't miss a goddamn day. Because you're there to save men's lives. You ain't there to kill men. You ain't there to make sure they're dead. You're there to make sure that they do not die. Like Abraham prayed for the Sodomites. Like the other Yahushua prayed for those men. And Elijah prayed for men. And Zechariah prayed for men who were worthy of death. But they went to the Most High to plead for these men that they be forgiven. Go ahead.
Middle of 40. And many for many.
Say that again.
And many for many.
Many men prayed for other men, man. That's this life, man. That's us. That's One West, brother.
That's right.
That's UPK, man. That's this life. You have chosen a life of service to other people. Yea, you were chosen for this life to serve other people. That's what this job is all about. Most men can't handle it. Most men would rather serve themselves. Me and my house, we'd rather serve the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increased.
Even so now. Now, we read about Elijah, Zechariah, Yahushua, other men who did it in the past. Even so now, seeing what?
Corruption is grown up.
Look at corruption now, man. Death And corruption has grown up, sprouted like a weed. Look at us now today. You think your people don't need you to stand in between them and the Lord's destruction today? They need you more than ever. They need you to go out in that street corner and say, Lord, don't kill them. Look at these brothers listening to this speaking. Look at us out in this street corner at 7th and H, Washington, D.C., at Lexington Market in Baltimore, in this wicked world. Look at these men out here listening, these sisters listening. Give them another chance. Give them more time. Even so today, seeing that corruption is grown up, death and destruction covers this entire place. Meaning what? The influence of sin is strong here. That's what corruption is grown up means. The influence of sin is so powerful today. Keep going.
And wickedness increased.
You get that?
And the righteous have prayed for the ungodly.
Read again.
And the righteous have prayed for the ungodly.
Don't you never listen to somebody, man, some nut that tells you you should want the 2/3 to die.
Right, that's right.
You should want men in the world to die. Guess what, brother? You were in the world a little while ago, and we prayed for you. You understand? We were in the truth. We was here chilling with 3, 4 wives, getting it on, having brothers, rocking and rolling, living in safety. You were in the world, and we were praying for you to come into the truth. Now that you're in the truth, you damn sure better pray for brothers in the world. You better sacrifice. You know what brothers did in D.C. to get you in the truth? I don't even want to tell half of you the trouble they had to go through. Going to jail. How many times you been to court, Mashak, over garbage? Too many times. Been to court over and over and over. Sacrificed over and over. How many slaveries you done lost, Cabal? Fight going to camp. 2 lost. Give him, man. Yeah, man. Mashak in the car. Me and Mashak coming down in the car. He telling me what the camp out in the UK, they might have to run their car, and they run their car on the ground over going to camp. They got to get a new car. I'm sitting there thinking, run the bitch in the ground. I'm sitting there like, you might have to run a car in the ground, run the damn thing in the ground. That's right. Run it over a cliff. Run it till the engine fall the hell off. Or the goddamn, that's what we did. That's right. We just run a car. Do you know how many cars General Mayotte went through us? General Shalimar? He took General Shalimar like 2, 3 cars, Cabal. He run them things till the engine fall off or the white man come take them. Who gives a damn? We're trying to fish. We're trying to go to camp. We run the car. They run that car until the police say, listen, we taking it. We get on the side of the road, call a brother to pick us up, let the cops take it. Right. And that'll be that. Right. That's this life. That is the life that the Lord has chosen for you. Great men, righteous men, have sacrificed everything for wicked men. That's this life. Go ahead.
Wherefore shall it not be so now also?
Why shouldn't it be the same today? It's going to be the same way. You're going to be the righteous, the honorable, the brave, the courageous that sacrifices every weekend for drug addicts and whores and pimps and drug dealers. That is this job. I ain't making it up. That is what we're doing. And guess what? No one else is doing it. You see how necessary it is? Who else is doing it? Who else gives a damn about the brothers? I go to D.C. every time I come here, man. I've been coming here for so many years. It is so many homeless people in D.C. You probably are used to it. Right. But there is a sea of homeless people here in D.C. that aren't in other cities. A sea of them. Who gives a damn about them? No one but you. No one cares about them but you. You are the righteous that prays for the wicked. Keep going.
Verse 42, he answered me and said, this present life
this is the he is talking about who? the angel of God that was giving Ezra these visions. Read that again.
He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide.
You know, the angel told Ezra. Ezra looked at this world and said, man, is the righteous praying for the wicked? Abraham praying for the Sodomites? This brother praying for these wicked men? What's going on here? The angel said what again?
This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide.
The life that we live in today, this is not the end where much glory doth abide. Who can explain that to me? Translate that to me. This present life is not the end where much glory lives. That's what abide means. Times, you got it? Come on.
Sorry, I was about to say, like, this present time we're in right now ain't something to be proud of. Like, to live.
You on to it, but he's trying to explain why the righteous have to pray for the wicked here. The angel is trying to explain to Ezra why life is the way it is. Why are righteous men's entire life devoted to wicked men? Why are you offer drugs, right? Your whole life about people that are on drugs. That's your entire life. Why is it like that? Because this present life is not the end where much glory is. Come on, now your thought.
So I was thinking more like we not individuals, so if this brother suffer.
This present life is not the end where much glory is. Now your thought. What is glory?
Glory is a bit kingdom of heaven, I would say.
Power, righteousness, right? This present life is not the end where there is righteousness and power. So if there's no righteousness and power here, what is here? Now your thought.
Death.
Death. That's why there's so many wicked men.
Right.
Like we're in a place where there isn't glory. So because there's no glory here, guess what you don't have? Men in glory. Because what is outside of your door? Power and love and righteousness, homosexuality, drugs, weed, gangs, and filth. So how are you expected to not get in it when that is what is here? Do you understand? There is not much glory here. There is not power and glory here that a young man at 13 can say, I'm 13 now, I'm ready to be a man. I walk out my door, I see the word of God out in front of my door. Nah. You see drug addiction in front of your door. You see it in your father's bedroom. You see it in your mother's bedroom. There's not glory here. So because there's no glory here, you get into shame here. Because there's no glory here. That's the point the angel is trying to make to Ezra. Keep going.
Therefore have they prayed for the weak. Verse 43.
Don't go by that. Read that again.
Therefore have they prayed for the weak.
Pray for who?
The weak.
Pray for who?
The weak.
This is why righteous men pray for weak men. I'll explain it to you.
That's right.
Because righteous men look outside and they see the temptation that you are under. They notice it.
Right.
They turn the TV on. I don't know how a brother can, how are you not going to kill and sell drugs and become a homosexual? First of all, the Christian church, if your mother's dragged you into the Christian church, how many of you have been molested in those churches? So what in the hell, what choice did you have other than to be a homosexual? When your mother took you to a man to say, be like this man. He's a role model. You should do what he does. And he molested you. What in the hell choice did you have there? Because of that, the righteous shall pray for the weak. The Lord and the angels know this man is weak because he's in a place where there is not glory. There ain't no glory here. So what do I do for this man? Hate him? No. I'm not hating him. I'm not going to kill him at any chance I get. I'm not doing that. What I will do is pray for him because he is weak. He had no choice but to be weak. I am strong. So I'll pray for him that is weak. Keep going.
That's right. Verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
But guess what? Guess what's coming? The day of doom. And this place where there is not much glory, this place is going away. This place where there's drugs out in front of your door, where your father, I mean, you know what else is ridiculous, Cabal? To be asked to be someone that is nothing like your father. That is a ridiculous thing to ask any man. What white man gets, you know what white people are told to do? White people are told to live up to the example of their father. Right. That's a white man. A white man's life is this. Young man, you got to be as good as your father. You got to be like your father. You got to own this business because your father owned this business. This is what black men are asked. Be nothing like your father. How do you even do that? How is it even possible to be nothing like the people that raised you? I mean, it don't even make no goddamn sense. Come on.
The wise are the ones who say the fruit don't fall too far.
That's what they say. The fruit don't fall too. I mean, like you. So my job in life is to be raised by these people and be nothing like them. Who the hell else is asked to do that? Nobody would be asked to do that. That's why we praying for it. But guess what? The day of doom is coming, and this wicked place is going to die. All of this shame and filth and temptation that took weak men is going to die. Keep going.
And the beginning of the immortality for to come.
And guess what's happening after this place is killed? Immortality. Ooh, I love that word. Immortality. That's why we in this school. We ain't in this school, you know, for Rolls Royces. We in this school to be immortal. And that's something that is absolutely achievable. That's something you could have. You could be immortal. You could be power itself. You could be free from harm, free from death, free from attack, where your enemies die in their beds when they think to come and destroy you. That is the life that you could have. This place has to die first. This place that turns you into homosexuals, drug addicts, and drug dealers because you're weak and the temptation is outside of your door. Keep going.
Wherein corruption is past.
In that world, corruption is past. This corruption, this death that takes us in that new world that's coming, that corruption is gone now. It ain't going to be in that new world. Go ahead.
44. Intemperance is at an end.
What is intemperance? Undisciplined. That's what intemperance is. Temperance is discipline. Intemperance will be gone in the new world. In this world, what do you have? A lack of discipline. That's been your whole damn problem. You're just not strong enough. You're weak. And because you're weak, what did you fall into? Whatever came on TV. A lot of you brothers out there, you done got your women into threesomes because you watching them pornos. And you watching them pornos, and of course you need to live what's in that porno. So you go and you'll make your wife into a box eater and your baby's mother into somebody that eats box. And you think you are living a dream while your baby's mother is a goddamn lesbian. Why? Because you had no strength against what comes out of the internet. A lot of you silly hoes listening to the camp right now, you online, you watching Facebook. Because Facebook was invented by some devil in Harvard, you cannot resist the temptation to let it turn you against your husband. You are weak. You can't resist anything that is destructive. Well, guess what? This present world is going to be killed. The new world is coming. Intemperance, undiscipline will be gone. Everybody in that world will be required to be disciplined. Keep going. Come on, Sean. Please, go ahead.
Infidelity is cut off.
What is infidelity? What is fidelity? If you have to, look it up. Have you looked it up? What is fidelity? Have you looked it up? You know what it is? Go. Let's look it up first. Let's see if that's the best definition. Sounds good. What is infidelity? Do you have a dictionary on there? Go ahead and look it up. Go.
Infidelity. Noun, a lack of belief in a religion. Unfaithfulness to a moral obligation.
I'll take that. Correct. Get a brother a hand. Read that again, Cabal.
Okay. 44. Infidelity is cut off.
In the new world that's coming, and there's a new world coming when Christ returns up, and Christ is on his way up. Christ is going to break the sky, I pray, any moment, any day, any hour, any second. It's going to come. And when that day comes, you've been given a pass and you've been given mercy because you're in an evil place, which is the point of the scripture. You're in an evil place. And because you're in an evil place, this evil place takes the weak.
Right.
You understand? Don't get it twisted. You could have been strong and resisted, but you were weak. But you could have been strong and resisted. This evil place takes the weak because evil is everywhere. The new world is coming. And when that world comes, discipline will reign, not indiscipline, not indiscretion. And infidelity, read that again, Cabal.
Infidelity is cut off.
What's infidelity? The lack of your moral conviction to keep your faith. Right now, what do you have? You have a constant attack against your faith. That's every day. Every day you struggling with them damn cigarettes. Every day you smell. I remember being young in the truth. I had to stop going in bars because in a bar, if I would sit at the bar, I would want to smoke. So I didn't sit at the bar. I sat at a table because sitting at a bar made me want a cigarette. Sitting there at a bar. And there was tons of that, tons of, the struggle in my mind of wanting the world and wanting things in the world until General Yohana, of course, pressed me into service. And then I was given no choice. Everybody understands that. And that's you. Where you're pressed and you're pressed and you're struggling because this world is satanic and set about to destroy blacks and Hispanics. But there's a new world coming. And in that world, it won't be satanic. It won't be evil. And infidelity won't be allowed. You're going to be forced to have the moral conviction to take your stance. Keep going.
Righteousness is grown.
In that world, righteousness will grow. Keep going.
And truth is sprung up.
And truth will be everywhere. Truth will be springing up like weeds. When Christ returns, you got a nation now where if you turn the goddamn computer on, you're tempted to go against God. You turn the radio on, you're tempted to go against God. The TV, if you go to public school, you're tempted to go against God. Every child sitting in public school is pushed with Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving. And that child has to sit there, hear that every day, and still not celebrate Thanksgiving and Halloween. The weak will celebrate Thanksgiving. The strong won't. So the strong will pray for the weak in this world. But there's a world coming. They won't be, the schools won't be talking about Thanksgiving. They'll be talking about the Passover, which is when?
April 9th.
April 9th. Get a Most High hand. April 9th. The Dresser Loop. The Boogie Down Bronx, New York. PK if you need a hotel room in New York. General Shalimar is handling the hotels. Contact General Shalimar if you need a hotel room in New York. Contact Captain Tahawar if you need transportation from Philadelphia to New York. Who's handling it down here, Cabal? Taking the vans up. Who did it last year? General Shalimar. Contact General Shalimar to go from DC to Philadelphia. Tahawar will get you from Philadelphia to Washington, to New York City, the Boogie Down Bronx, the Dresser Loop. Co-op City, April 9th. Get there before sundown. We're getting it on. In the kingdom of heaven, that's all a child will know. He won't know Thanksgiving and Christmas. It will be a righteous kingdom. And so because of that, he'll be expected to live righteously.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 45. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed.
We're praying for you now. We won't pray for you then.
Too late.
We're praying for you now because you're in a wicked place.
Right.
In the kingdom, no man will be able to save him that is destroyed. In the kingdom of heaven, see, right now you're in a wicked place. So because of that, the strong must hold up the weak here. And that's what we then became experts in the UPK. We know how to just stitch together some weak cat. That old Tahar used to be General Tahar. And General Yohana was stitching him together in New York and getting good work out of Tahar. Getting good work out of him. Rakar Shiar, General Yohana was stitching together Rakar Shiar, who's now the head pimp over that GOCC.
Right.
The head whatever, snake salesman or a spooky ookie or whatever over that GOCC. General Yohana stitched him together and got work out of him. Tazadakia, General Yohana would stitch Tazadakia together, get work out of him, who's in charge of them red and white candy cane cats. He got work out of them for a time. The UPK is experts at taking the weak and the strong, holding them together to make them valuable. That's the time we're in. But when Christ returns, that kingdom will be righteous. You're going to be on your own then. You're going to be expected to hold your own weight. Right now, we'll carry you. We'll lift you up. We'll pray for you and stitch you together and get you together. And that day, you'll be in a righteous kingdom, and no man will be able to save you but yourself. Keep going.
Nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory.
No man will be able to save a brother that's weak. No man will be able to oppress a brother who has conquered over weakness. Meaning why? Because this place is righteous. Right now in America, there is a man that oppresses them that get the victory. Who is that man? The so-called white man. He oppresses you. And because he oppresses you, he makes you weak. Because you're weak, strong men need to carry you. In the kingdom of heaven, however, he won't be able to oppress you. So you'll have to stand on your own. Keep going.
Verse 46. I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given him, to have restrained him from sinning.
Ezra's heard that. You know what he said? He said, then that's ridiculous. Then. He said, that's ridiculous. If you're telling me this angel of God, then that's ridiculous. Because it was better that we was never given the earth, or that you stop Adam from sinning. Because from what you're telling me, we have no choice other than to sin, because we're born in an evil place. So righteous men have to carry the wicked men. And why would the Lord put us in this situation? It's so dire and it's so impossible to win. Keep going.
Verse 47. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness?
Why are men now living in this pain? What profit is it? Seeing that this is an evil place that oppresses you and pushes you into weakness, then why are we living in this? You should have never let Adam sin then, Most High. What gain is it living here in this evil place?
Right. And this is Ezra replying.
This is Ezra's reply to the angel. In a second, the angel will reply to Ezra's in 1 second. That's where we ended it.
You hear people say this when tell us on the street, like, well, why God create us then? Like,
I mean, I ain't bringing it up for nothing. I ain't bringing it up for nothing. I mean, this is what people think. People think, well, damn, well then, what point is this then? We don't have a choice but to sin. It's so horrible. The world is so evil. Why should I have a baby? I should have an abortion. because this world is so evil. I can't bring a baby up in this evil place. It's so horrible here.
Middle of 46. Or else, slacking. 47. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment?
So then I'm going to live in this horrible time, sin because sin is pushed on me, then I'm going to be punished for it after I die. What is the point? Keep going.
Verse 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done?
Then he hate Adam over this. He go, Adam, you son of a bitch. Adam, you put us in this mess. Why? Because Adam was the first sinner. And now we all continue in that sin. We learned it from our father. We all continue in that sin of Adam, being weak under a woman who was weak under the white man. And now here we go doing it again. And Ezra gets mad at Adam for putting us in this condition. Go ahead.
For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone.
You sinned, Adam, but we fell with you. You didn't fall alone. We all fell because you committed that sin in the garden. Go ahead.
But we all that come of thee.
But we all become you. We all do the exact same thing that Adam does. Here we are today, weak under some bitch who's weak under the white man. To this day. And this is your fault, man. Adam, I can't stand you for what you did. Go ahead.
Verse 49. For what profit is it unto us if there be promise unto us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?
The Lord promised us a righteous kingdom where it will be righteous. What good is that going to do us? We promised a righteous place, but we live in here in a place that's going to make us die. Keep going.
Verse 50. And that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves, being most wicked, are made vain.
We promised a wonderful place, a righteous place, but we being made wicked by living in this evil place, our hopes mean nothing because we're going to sin because we are living in a place of sin that Adam put us in. Keep going.
Verse 51. And that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly.
The angel's telling me about this place of greatness and health and wonderfulness that I will get later. But damn, I'm in this place that's horrible. What good is it to me to have some place that I will get when I'm living in a place that's making me die? Keep going.
Verse 52. And that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life.
And listen, and not only that, but the glory of the Lord is all about helping whores and drug addicts and drug dealers. I'm gonna come into the truth. You done fought your whole way in this truth. I forget, I think it was you, Mishak, I told years ago that the truth is about coming into the truth and being servants to homeless people eating out of trash cans. That's it. That's what you done fought all this fight for. Congratulations. You done did all this. But I can tell y'all, congratulations, y'all. Y'all good. Anybody in this Accelerated Hebrew Academy in there? Oh, y'all jammed up. Well, there's the next one. Y'all brothers that did graduate, boy, you done fought all that so you can see that brother eating out of a trash can and make your whole life about him. Your whole life about them women that strip ass naked at camp. That's what your life is about from now on. I'm gonna do it again. She got broken down. Well, Ezra ain't want to do it again. Ezra said, read that last part again.
And that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life.
Like all of his glory is about helping evil bastards out there on the street, smoking crack, smoking weed, eating out of trash cans with schizophrenia. That's what his glory is for. Ezra heard the angel say all that. Ezra said, listen, I don't know about none of this. I don't know about being in the truth. This don't make much sense. Being in the truth. Not your thought.
I never too much to go with, but like the way you thinking, that's the way other Hebrew Israelites think. Like outside of the UPK.
Yes. Ezra didn't understand this war. The angel was sent to make him understand.
Right.
You understand? We will benefit from Ezra's lack of knowledge. Since he didn't understand, the angel had to explain it to him. We're able to read what the angel told this man that didn't understand. Thereby, we do understand. You understand? Go ahead.
Middle 52. Whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. Verse 53. And that there should be showed a paradise whose fruit endures forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it.
Here you go. You're in the truth. What are you always learning? About the kingdom. The kingdom, the kingdom, the kingdom. When Christ come back, you always learning about this place that's going to be amazing. 12 gates, 12 thrones. You're going to have slaves. You're going to rule the white man. You're going to have everything. You always learn about this place, and you living in a place to make sure you never get that place. You living in absolute hell that tempts you out of ever achieving that place that you've been promised. Ezra's heard that and said, well, I don't understand none of this. I don't get any of this. Sluggy, what's that? You need that? Go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead. You can bring her out if you want to. I'm almost done. I'm running. Goddamn. It's 10 o'clock. Come on, y'all.
But we have walked in unpleasant places.
But we have done what?
But we have walked in unpleasant places.
We have been in Washington, D.C. Yo, who ain't from Baltimore? Some of y'all from Baltimore? Baltimore is a hellhole. D.C. is a hellhole. Southwest, southeast. Where did I live at, Cabal, over there? Where was I at? That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous living over there in Southeast D.C. God damn. You supposed to get high. You supposed to get written permission to get high. You supposed to come in, get General Katham to give you a written permit to get high. Because you live in Southeast D.C. I mean, what you doing not getting high? How you sleeping at night without getting high? How you gonna fall asleep? Come on now. But yet you've been sent here and told you can't get high. I mean, it's damn near unreasonable. It's damn near unreasonable, come on, that you can't smoke some weed sometime. Goddamn, you live in Southeast DC. Keep going.
Verse 55. And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars.
And the faces of them that have used what?
Abstinence.
Abstinence is when you resist sin. You've been told that the faces of them that resist sin shall shine greater than a star shines. However, you've been sent to a place to make sure that you sin. But you've been told if you don't sin, you're going to shine greater than a star. Well, why would you send me here to this place where they make me sin if not sinning makes me shine brighter than a star? Why is being glorious so difficult? Why is it so hard? Why did you put me here in this place where I'm damn near guaranteed to go back into the world and then tell me what great glory I have if I don't go back into the world? What is the point? Why didn't you make it easier for me to obtain such great glory? Keep going.
Whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness.
Whereas I've been told that if I abstain, I'll be like a star. Whereas my face shall be blacker than darkness. Why? Because I am not abstaining. Why am I not abstaining? I'm living here in this evil place. That's why I haven't abstained. That's why I have celebrated Christmas And I have celebrated Easter. And I have celebrated birthdays. And I have had whores and homos and weed and cocaine and meth and cough syrup, because I've lived here where they have pushed those things on me, but yet I've been told if I don't do those things, I'll be great. I have done those things, so my face is black with soot and dirt. Keep going.
Verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
While we were doing all that sin, compromising all that sin, we never realized what it would cost us, did we?
Right.
Never understood. It was fun. Never knew what we were paying for, what it would cost us. While you were smoking that weed, you didn't get what it was going to cost you. You didn't get, while you was with those strippers and whores, you didn't understand what it would cost you. It costed you shining greater than a star. That's what it cost you. That's how vital it was for you to not be with a whore. Yet you were put into a place where you were told to be with whores from what, 11 years old? Every day, all day, every commercial. Keep going.
Verse 57. Then answered he me and
read
said,
that again.
Then answered he me.
Read that again.
Then answered he me.
You've heard Ezra's response. You've heard him not understanding why he would be put in this situation, right? You've heard that, correct?
Right.
Now we're going to read the angel's response. Then he answered me and said, what?
This is the condition of the battle.
Read that again.
This is the condition of the battle.
Ladium, saying something to you that's hard to understand. You can sit back and look at your life and say, why was I born to that mother? Why was I born to that father? Why was I born in that neighborhood? Why was I molested? Why didn't I graduate high school? Why did I go to prison those years? Why was I born on that block at that time? You can sit back and go, man, I mean, this is unfair how I was born. That's what Ezra did. Or you could listen to the answer of the angel of God that said, brother, this is the condition of this battle. This is the war. That's why you were born on that block. That's why you were molested. That's why you didn't graduate high school. That's why you went to jail. That's why a situation was set up for you to fail so you could battle failure. This is the condition of the battle. Keep going. Which
man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Read it from the top. That's verse from the top.
Verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle. Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
You know what General Yohana taught me about life? What is life about? Say it again. Who said that? Who said war? That's what life is about. Life is about war, about nothing else. Everything else is distracting you from war. You were born into this world to be a weapon of war. And that's all life is about. And every bad thing that you ever use as an excuse to be a sinner is the battlefield that you were born on. And this is the condition of men born in this war. This is what you are required to do, to fight your natural condition, to fight your neighborhood, to fight your father, your mother, your heart, your emotions, your sickness, your pain and your sufferings. And you are required to win. I hope everyone understands. With that, pass the class over to police officers and guard.
Nobody tell you crap. You know why? Because I never to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packs I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, boy, this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword.